All right, so welcome back, episode 32 of the No Cap Sports Podcast. So as we always do, it started out with another fight this week, Josh.
Man, full disclosure, had a bad day at work. Okay, this is a little therapeutic for me. Had a bad day at work. You feel me? Got a couple of personal issues brewing. I knew it was gonna be a bad, just start to the week when they canceled the Keisha Ashanti versus. How did y'all feel about that? How did you feel about
it last week?
We said it was canceled last week.
No, I'm saying we talked about how excited we was for it last week.
I'm saying though, when did y'all hear it was canceled?
The weekend, like Friday,
like the day of, huh?
That's what I was like. I didn't hear it till it was supposed to happen. I was wondering when it's happening, and then it's like, oh, it's canceled. They was like, Ashanti got COVID. But I just feel like
I think she was just ducking smoke, bro.
I feel the same way too. Not to say that she's not she's pretty. She got Ja Rule.
Yeah, that's big.
That's
big, bro.
That is. I've had a crush on her for a long time. I don't know.
It's five women on this earth. It's five women on this earth that I risk it all for, bro.
She's one of them. That's too many. Five? That's way too many.
Yeah, 5.
You got three.
No, it's not.
3 too many, bro. You said risk it all.
Really, 5 too many.
Really 4 too many.
No, it's really 5.
You gotta have one of your back pockets. Because you don't risk it off of your mama, Nick. That's you, the woman. So.
But he's talking about a different kind of risk it all, so I wouldn't.
Risk it all.
I risk it, but risk
it all. I was about to say, I'm not taking no.
I'm not gonna go outside.
I'm saying for not Ashanti. Now Megan Thee Stallion,
I'm not gonna go outside.
I said some probation. I'll wear a monitor for her, but not for Ashanti. So that just goes to show you, be responsible. We all know she was ducking smoke, whoop the whoop. I think we all agree Keisha would have handled her pretty soundly. But hey, that's for the others to decide. So the one they gave us, E40 and Too Short. Did y'all know that first of all? That's the one they
No.
I was about to say Nick did not look like he was informed. I was like,
that's so old school California.
It's the Bay Area, baby. Name Too Short E40 songs on top of your head right now.
Blow the Whistle and Choice.
I said 2, brother.
Oh.
Of each.
Okay.
But that's a good answer because I knew that was gonna be the first answer. So give me another.
40. I don't know.
He was on the Big Sean song, huh?
He was on
top of the line.
Yeah, but it's crazy though. Too Short, my pop's favorite rapper, bro.
He be in there whipping up to Too Short.
Yeah.
Well, to look at the verses analytically, they're both guys are from the Bay. Both are famous and, rose to stardom, I guess the 1990s? I feel like Too Short had been famous a little longer than 40 though. Welcome back. My man Nick let me have the intro for the first segment. We're going to jump into LSU's major upset versus Florida. Kyle Trask still ball. LSU still has a losing record with that, even with this victory. But, what do you guys think about it?
Well, starting out, I want to, of course, give credit to the winning team. LSU, a team a lot of people didn't think had a chance coming into this game. True freshman quarterback getting his first college football start, going up against a Heisman candidate in Kyle Trask. Max Johnson gets his first start, throws for 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, and also has 52 rushing yards. Kind of exposed that weak Florida defense that we've been talking about just about all season. And so, the LSU offense put up 37 points, ended up being enough to win that game. And Florida had a chance to, take it to overtime at the end, kick and miss the field goal. But to me, of course, any Florida game comes down to how Kyle Trask plays. He's their Heisman candidate guy, and he turned the ball over 3 times. 2 picks.
Oh, picks and a fumble.
Yeah, and a bad fumble too, which gave LSU a field goal right before halftime to take a 7 or 10 point lead. I can't remember off the top of my head. So he had 2 major turnovers. Like I said, one of those picks was a pick 6. And I think he might have hurt his Heisman candidacy with his performance against LSU.
But I definitely don't think it's a question. Not to say that, it's even deserves. Definitely turned the ball over 3 times. But he did have 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. So, But that's the thing that you get, playing the SEC. Even in a quote unquote down year, every week is a battle. Alabama. That's what makes Alabama's dynasty so amazing, that they're able to consistently dominate the toughest conference in football. But and it gives the thing about that is it kind of gives people a perspective on like, oh, Alabama can do it, all the other teams can do it. But no, it's still the toughest conference in football, inarguably, really. Depending on how you feel. Question. I mean, it is.
SAA kind of tough.
You said, oh, nah, bro, nah. I thought you were throwing up a gang sign or something. But nah, it's just that's the pitfalls of playing in a conference like that. The ones that survive, like a Derrick Henry, like a Mark Ingram, like any other quarterback from 2010 to 2020, usually ends up with a numerous amount of accolades. Or, honestly, when's the last time the best player in the SEC hasn't got invited to New York?
Don't even know.
Exactly. And there's expectation with the fans and the media in this conference that, 1 or 2 losses, and you're out of there. Even with how we've seen with Georgia, a lot of people ruled them out of the conference championship game, and they're still 9th in the country and had one of the best defenses. But, I definitely think it takes Trask out of Heisman contention, just because I don't think Alabama's going to lose at any point this season. I don't think it does anything for his draft stock.
First of all, shout out Max Johnson and the Bayou Bengals. Max Johnson being Brad Johnson's son. Brad Johnson, he was okay in the NFL. He did a little something.
You looking at me, nigga?
But with Kyle Trask,
You just don't be up on your history, man.
Yeah, bro.
That generic name? What? Brad Johnson? Come on now. Yeah, I mean, people could name be bad name, Brad Johnson.
I don't think he made the Pro Bowl. Or anything, but he was solid, bro.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to know?
Ron Fitzpatrick status, bro.
Oh, no.
Very solid. He just solid.
Nah.
David Carr status, bro.
Yeah.
Eric Carr status.
He's just okay, bro. Kerry Collins status, bro.
You deep in your bag of average.
I was about to say, Kerry Collins? He pulled that one out of rabbit.
But, going to this game, I realized it was going to be tossed up when LSU did a self-imposed ban. That basically was they finally end the season. But they're not going to play in the postseason regardless of what happens. They ban themselves. So it's like, you pull out all the stops. First of all, that kicker making a 57-yarder in, the mist, bro?
Yes.
You can't see the goalpost. So it's literally just kicking in that direction and hope it goes in, bro. So with Kyle Trask, it does take him out of Heisman contention unless they pull out the upset of the century against Alabama, which is not going to happen. Alabama might throw up 80 on
the 6th best team in the country. It would be what you said, a monumental upset.
I mean, yeah, it's the 6th best team in the country with 2 losses. 1 loss to an unranked LSU, the other loss to Texas A&M. So, I've got a lot of problems with the college football rankings, the latest ones, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But instead, I want to talk to you guys about coaching, like Van said, this championship matchup with Alabama. After their loss to LSU, how y'all feeling about Florida coming into this game?
I'm not wasting my time watching that game.
Man, you're going to look up, it's going to be 35-35 in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a dogfight.
Shut up, bro. It's going to be 70-35 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Let's be real here. Let's be real here.
They're not going to be beating them for about 35 at the start of the fourth quarter.
Bro, they can't play defense.
That's 5 touchdowns, brother. 5 touchdowns.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. That's putting a lot of pressure on Kyle Trask's shoulder to compete with Alabama, essentially all by himself on the offensive side of the ball. Because if
all by himself, Kyle Pitts is.
Well, I mean,
Kadarius Toney, Jacob Copeland.
He threw 47. He threw 47 passes against LSU,
and they still
also know. Yeah, exactly.
He dropped 34 in the L, bro. L.
Yes, and I will know he didn't have Kyle Pitts' favorite target, against LSU. But still, if you have to come out and play essentially your best game every game, it's going to be hard to beat a team like Alabama.
I feel that. I mean, I still don't think – I mean, football's week-to-week game. I just think sometimes matchups and the way – I didn't think that LSU's kicker had a 57-yarder in him, honestly. I don't think that Florida is even 2 or 3 touchdowns. I'm not as invested in this as lost. Obviously, I think it, dashes any hopes of, college football playoffs for Florida. But I don't think that makes them any less of a team per se, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying coming into this conference championship matchup, you got a defense that's giving up 384.7 yards per game, 50th ranked defense in all of college football. They've already given up 34 offensive touchdowns. You go up against an explosive offense with weapons like Devontae Smith, Najee Harris, Mac Jones, who's really playing, I think, very good football right now in terms of just getting the ball in the hands of his playmakers. It's going to get ugly for Florida on the defensive side of the ball. And they're not playing LSU again. So that 37 they gave up to LSU, you can expect that number to be maybe doubled by Alabama in this conference championship game.
Man, crazy stuff happens in Atlanta every year, bro. Every year.
66, 35. That's the final score.
All right, and so since we talked about Florida, coming off that loss to LSU, they got a big matchup this week in playing Alabama in the SEC championship. And so what we're going to do for y'all this week, in addition to our NFL pick'ems, we're going to do a college football conference championship pick'em. So let's get straight into it, starting with Alabama, Florida, of course. So who you guys got?
Alabama. I don't
know what you
first
had.
for that one.
Yeah, I think that's a clean sweep for Bama in that one. Up next, we got Clemson and Notre Dame. Earlier matchup, as we all know, double overtime game. Notre Dame took the win. Clemson had DJU starting quarterback that game. So who do you guys take this game with Trevor Lawrence playing in this one?
Clemson, pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm going to rock with Clemson.
Feel like this segment's going to be pretty easy, but I'm going to go with the flow, bro.
Okay, so up next, we got Big 12 Conference Championship. We got, 10th ranked Oklahoma versus 6th ranked Iowa State.
Ugh.
They 6?
I hate both of those teams.
In the college football playoff rankings, not AP poll.
I don't hate it.
I don't know how. They lost by double digits to
I'm about to say Oklahoma
Louisiana.
has at least 2 losses, or maybe 3. I haven't seen Iowa State play since Alan Lazard graduated. So I'm so out of there. But they always upset somebody. So maybe they probably got their one big – didn't they beat Oklahoma actually? Or they beat another Big 12 team?
I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to rock with Oklahoma. I think Lincoln Riley going to cook something up, get them boys out of there. He's been running the Big 12 ever since he got there. So give me Oklahoma.
Iowa State. They got a really good running back. They got a really good defense. I really feel bad about evaluating this game and literally not having laid eyes on Iowa State all year. But then they got a pretty good quarterback. They got a pretty good running game.
Brock Purdy.
Oklahoma yeah. That white guy. No, there's a lot of white guys in college football. Oklahoma has just been too inconsistent. I think Spencer Rattler chokes at some point in this game. Give me Iowa State.
Right.
Oklahoma is hitting a stride right now. I'm gonna
How
go
are they
with
10?
Oklahoma. They
was unranked a lot of the
Oklahoma. They hit the stride. They like on a 4 or 5 game winning streak.
Next game we got Big 10 Conference Championship game. We got 4th ranked Ohio State versus Northwestern.
That ground and pound not gonna work for Northwestern against Ohio State. It's just too much power, bro. Ohio State by 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
they could do it.
Yeah,
Ohio State.
That's what I was going to say, Vance. You look at how Ohio State played against Indiana. I want to say Justin Fields turned the ball over 3 times. I think it could be a similar script here with a very talented Northwestern defense, but I still think Ohio State comes out.
I'm saying you say all that.
Oh yeah, I'm just want to let the people know it's going to be a closer game than you might think.
I don't even believe that. Ohio State probably is probably the pound for pound most talented team in the country across the board. And Northwestern is known for journalism and a long drought. Oh yeah, Nick knows. So yeah, give me Ohio State, man, for sure. Give me Ohio State for sure.
All right, next game we got Pac-12 Conference Championship. We got Oregon versus the 13th ranked USC.
Ahmad, those Brown brothers, they're like the football version of the balls. He had 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter recently, so that's kind of crazy. Nah, for sure.
Amon-Ra, that he's like that. I'm sorry.
I missed that one.
Nah, 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, the first off rip. I don't know, man. Oregon got Kevon Thibodeau, the best offensive lineman in the country. Penny Sewell. Hope I said that right. But Oregon wasn't really expecting to play, though. That's the only thing. They got kind of shoved into this spot. Give me Oregon, man. Shout out my boy Asa, man. Big Doug Nation. We coming through. Yeah. Come on now. Quit playing with me. I almost lost my focus over there. Give me Oregon, man.
For sure.
Give me Oregon.
Where I'm gonna take the lead. Shout out to Mitchell. Former Oregon product, White Station also. But give me USC.
Sir.
Fight on.
I'm gonna keep this one simple. USC, that offense is cooking up. Keaton Slovis, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Trayvon. They got something special going on over there. Oregon is a team that just hasn't impressed me all season. They got 3 losses already, so just give me USC, man. But last game we got a special game. It's not a Power 5 conference championship game, but it's a conference championship game between 2 teams ranked inside the top 25. So we're going to go with the Sun Belt Conference Championship, number 19 Louisiana versus number 12 Coastal Carolina. So who you guys rocking with?
ULL, they beat somebody good in the beginning of the season.
Iowa State.
Where's the game at?
No, but don't be stealing my questions, bro.
Actually, that's a valid
them.
question because I want to say Sun Belt plays theirs at the higher seed. They're playing in Conway, South Carolina, so they're playing at Coastal.
So Louisiana actually beat Iowa State. They already lost to Coastal by 3. Give me Coastal, man.
I'm gonna go. If it was neutral site, I would have picked UL, but give me Coastal, bro.
So this is gonna be a tough game for me. Levi Wallace, quarterback of Louisiana, one of my favorite players in college football, dynamic dual threat guy. But Coastal Carolina, man, they just got that winning formula: hold the ball, eat that clock up, play good defense. So I'm gonna have to go with Coastal Carolina.
That offense is very hard to stop.
Exactly, and like Van said, they're America's team right now. They riding high.
So they're gonna be America's sellers. They keep abusing quarterbacks like that.
So now that we talked about all the teams that are playing this fall, wrapping their seasons up, we got a number of college football teams that are gonna be getting started in the spring, and one of those teams has picked up a lot of steam on the recruiting trail, and that's the Jackson State Tigers. You look at what Deion's doing, using social media to his advantage, getting a lot of guys in. So since we got a SWAC guy on this podcast,
it's me.
Let's go on and talk about it. How you feel about Jackson State picking up steam on the recruiting trail?
I mean, I would be, under a rather heavy rock to not see it, of course. One thing that Jalen and Quincy discussed on our interview, he was just, what this kind of means for football, but also the impact of community that's going to have on Jackson in the greater Mississippi area. It can't be overstated. And now that Deion is really legitimizing it by, like what you said, not legitimizing it by social media, but all the instant impact recruits that he's getting, out of nowhere, like I said, bro, like it's bringing that glitz and glamour to HBCUs and specifically the SWAC. So that's the first thing I want to acknowledge and to say that, I'm thankful. I wouldn't be in a position where I'm at without Deion Sanders, or a position to have as many eyeballs on me without Deion Sanders. So, that's the first thing. Second thing, I'm going to let them live, bro. I'm going to let them live right now. Great program, Obviously, they beat us last year. They have a talent base there. That's the thing. They got Shiloh Sanders. They got Shador Sanders. They got Abdul McClain from USC. They got Aubrey Miller from Mizzou. Embarrassment of riches right now.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders is literally the best cornerback to ever play the game. And, it's the Penny Hardaway effect magnified times 3.
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway is a local legend. Deion Sanders is a national legend.
Yeah, because my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but earlier today I'm just, scrolling through IG. I see a video. It's Deion and his 2 DB coaches, and he's like, I got X amount of years of experience. These 2 guys have X amount of years of experience. I want to say in total they ended up with like 49 years of experience playing or coaching football. And he simply said, we shouldn't be coming to recruit you. You guys should be coming to us because we're going to get you to where you want to go. And I think that's the biggest thing, the biggest advantage that Deion has on his side right now. Like you look at guys that are transferring in from other programs, a Mississippi State transferring cornerback, Javorius Selman. He's got a commitment from a 2021 3-star athlete. He's getting all of these guys because, look, you want to play with Prime, man. It's that simple.
He got the state transfer the day of. Holmes County JUCO guy the next day. Okay, 1, 2. Got a guy from Gold Coast. Got Shador. Got a Tennessee walk-on. Another high school guy. 8. Florida State DB. FIU interior lineman transfer. USC outside linebacker. Missouri offensive lineman. Another Trinity Valley guy, which is definitely one of the best JUCOs in Texas. Don't ever get it mistaken. And then, the aforementioned Forex god himself, Albert Miller. Yeah, I'm going to let him live. I'm going to let him live, man. I'm ready to play. That's all I can say about it.
Hey, bro. They recruiting from coast to coast. Florida to California, bro.
Yes.
That man is pimping all over the world, bro. I mean, PV gonna have to step up their game. Whole SWAC gonna have to step up their game, bro.
No, I was about to say, literally, no cap. Like, this is gonna, other coaches in the SWAC are gonna have to respond, and we're gonna have to, like you said, raise the game because nobody wants to be getting run off the field by no Jackson State every game. Like, first of all, it's not gonna happen.
It's gonna get scary. Hey,
I'm telling you though, we even see it in basketball. Like, you cannot roll the balls out and let them boys play. If you don't have the right system, you don't have the right chemistry, you don't manage egos the right way, you can turn a situation that looks – you see how it goes with Memphis time and time again. You can turn a promising situation into a downward spiral instantly, very quickly.
They got to run football just like East Mississippi is running in the state of Mississippi.
Never.
Watch.
Football and basketball are two different sports. The quick assimilation of talent doesn't work as well in football as it does in football.
Yes, it does.
Remember the Eagles? Remember the Eagles? The dream team?
In college football, the stars win the game.
That's what I was going to say. It's different for college football than professional football. Because professional football, you got a pool of athletes that are just about on the same level, in my opinion. That's that cream of the crop athlete. In college football, especially in a lower division, no disrespect to y'all, but it's like, D1, FBS, all of that. In the lower division, if you have more talent than somebody, 9 times out of 10, you gonna win.
I understand what you're saying, but don't underestimate the amount of P5 bounce backs that every team in the SWAC had.
Yeah.
Not to brag on my own conference, but I think the SWAC is probably one of the most difficult FCS conferences in FCS. Alcorn State has won back to continue SWAC East championships. NCAT just had an offensive lineman, a 6'8" offensive lineman, drafted in the second round to the Colts. Yeah. There's talent in this conference because there's talent within each individual cities and states that these schools reside. So, I think the SWAC gets a bad rep. Honestly, I understand why, as somebody that wasn't focused on HBCU football and this way before, going to a SWAC school. So, having that perspective has really allowed me to see, like, there are guys that are P5 bounce backs, they're not to name names, that come in and don't get the playing time that they expect.
Yeah.
Come in and, thinking that I had this reputation. I came from Texas A&M. I came from this school. I came from that school. And I'm going to be able to dominate this competition. And the first day of practice, it becomes very apparent that, like, there's a reason that these guys are on scholarship too.
If y'all could do it again, if you was a 4 or 5 star recruit, would you take a visit to Jackson State?
Oh, most definitely.
What? Being from Memphis and going to Jackson? First of all three of us, especially.
First of all, you're not from Memphis no more, but continue.
Whatever. Dirty dreads. We all know how Jackson State, how literally, even without Deion Sanders, and how that town and school operates. You have inserted the most legendary person you can literally find. Literally, I don't think you can find anybody more famous than Deion Sanders to run the football team. And you infuse that energy, that confidence. His name is Prime Time. Come on now, and you infuse that with a deeply embedded Mississippi culture. A team, a city, and a school that's very proud of their university and team, but just haven't had the reason, honestly, to get excited in the past couple of years. What is the Southern Heritage Classic going to look like with Deion Sanders as a coach?
Insane.
Insane.
I'm gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there. I might miss my game to be there.
Hey, me
I'm
too.
gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I don't care. Like, See, even as excited we're getting on this, like, this just shows the impact that, that Deion Sanders has had. But I still want to kick his ass.
All right, and so now we're finna get into our NFL storylines from this week. And, of course, we got to start out with the debut performance of Jalen Hurts in his first start. He led the Eagles to a 24-21 victory over the New Orleans Saints on Sunday. And in this game, he contributed 167 yards through the air, a touchdown to go along with 106 rushing yards. And so the thing with Jalen Hurts, he really energized this Eagles offense, in my opinion, and he led them to an early 17-0 lead. So what did you guys see in Jalen Hurts' debut?
Pause, Nicholas. Before we get any deeper, like Vance, accurately threw up, we had to mention that Jalen Hurts is an Omega.
Yeah.
I seen him sticking his tongue out. I was kind of wondering about the false claiming, on the sideline. But then I felt like he was actually an Omega. Is that why he cut his dreads? I just thought about that.
I don't think so, because he cut his dreads
before.
It was a bet with Tua about the championship game or something, and so he cut him.
I bet I replace you. That's crazy. Cut your hair off too, boy. Wow, that's wild. No, I think that obviously, they drafted Jalen. They spent a second round pick on Jalen Hurts, so they think he's talented. Second round picks are extremely valuable. Y'all believe that he's been better than Carson Wentz for at least a number of weeks. I'm not so certain, just because I'm never gonna say a rookie is better than this or that person, because they never even been in the field yet. Mm-hmm. So we definitely can predict it, but especially the quarterback position in the NFL, that's the biggest adjustment. The quarterback adjustment from one level to the next is always going to be crazy, because defense, you're literally the focal point. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Like
you gotta touch the ball every play. I hear what you're saying.
No, there's no more important position to the overall game than quarterback is to football.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jalen Hurts looked more impressive than I thought he would. Maybe y'all thought he, wasn't going to produce something like that. I didn't think he had it in him. Not that he didn't have it in him. I didn't think that he would show it the first game. A beautiful dime to almost
Alshon Jeffrey.
Thank you.
4th and 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a money. And it's crazy because, what was Jalen Hurts' biggest thing coming out of Alabama? The reason he had to transfer, accuracy issue. Not a pro-style quarterback.
I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people say, he wasn't a good passer at XYZ. And that wasn't asked of him at Alabama. Let's take that into consideration.
That is very true.
You have less opportunities to throw the ball, less opportunities to really utilize the playmakers you have on the outsides, a lot of RPO throws, things like that. But what I saw in Jalen Hurts when he transferred to Oklahoma,
his arm talent jumped off the tape. Not to cut you off, but it jumped off the tape, and people didn't see it in the SEC because Nick Saban, honestly, never explored Hurts' repertoire like that. But I know you're going to say
it's fair to criticize him, because you look at that national championship game.
He wasn't getting it done.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever game versus Georgia, he got pulled and Tua replaced him. He wasn't getting it done in the passing game, so they went to Tua. He goes to Oklahoma, develops as a passer, and I think you see some of that development as a passer still coming into play in the NFL. You look at him on the night, 17 for 30. That's, in my opinion, that's a great job. Peterson really got him going early in the game with some easy early throws, some screens, allowing him to use his legs, get into the flow of the game early. And then what really impressed me was, he's able to use his legs. And when he uses his legs, he's not always running to run. He's running to see what happens, what opens up for him. And yet again, I want to bring this play up. 4th and 18 last week when he took over for Carson Wentz, threw that beautiful ball to Greg Ward in the end zone. And that's really the element that Jalen Hurts brings to his offense that Carson Wentz didn't. So what do you think, Vance?
Well, first of all, you heard of Elf on the Shelf, give it up for Wentz on the bench, bro. First of all, get that man out of there.
Hey, get him in the studio, bro. You can't be dropping these dimes for free, bro. Come on now.
It's on the bench.
The way I see it, I think they're both about the same, but Jalen is much better for this offense, particularly with that offensive line is injured. So Carson Wentz was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL this season. I think he was ever. He's been the most sacked quarterback ever. But he's only played 12 games, that's ridiculous. So Carson Wentz, I don't think he knows how to read. I don't think he knows how to read an offense. So just Washington, he looks at his first read. The first read's not there. He holds on to the ball.
Mhm.
And he's been getting injured so much, he's a step slower. So these DNs that's running them 4.5s, 4.6s, they gonna catch Carson Wentz pretty quickly compared to Jalen Hurts, who's already with the second, third most athletic quarterback in the NFL behind Kyler and Lamar, maybe? Probably third. So you can get away from the pressure, make more plays on his feet.
Josh Allen.
I mean, he's a better fit for the Eagles, though. Particularly with that weak offensive line, you make more plays on your feet. We saw that this past week against the Saints, who has a top 5 defense. You can't deny that talent, bro.
Best defense in the league right now. That was crazy.
Second in total defense, fifth in points allowed. He put up 24 points, got the victory. But what impressed me the most about Jalen Hurts, I know I keep saying this, not only his ability to get out of the pocket and make plays, but his ability to stand in the pocket and still deliver good balls.
Mm-hmm.
Like Josh mentioned earlier, that 4th and 2 play, the back shoulder ball he threw to Alshon Jeffrey, he got smacked on an inside blitz by the Saints defense. Still delivered a good ball, still got it there on time. And that's something we didn't see with Carson Wentz. You talk about him holding the ball. It's like he knows he's going to get hit, and it just throws his mechanics all out of whack. Like I said last week, leads the league in off-target incompletions. And that's something that Jalen Hurts came in, got the job done, completed the throws he was supposed to complete, threw the balls the way he was supposed to throw away, and came out on top. So
Carson Wentz is done, bro.
Yeah. So to close out, that's actually the question I wanted to ask. After the game, Miles Sanders, the Eagles starting running back, said, the tape shows for itself. He's a natural leader. He said that of Jalen Hurts. So what do you guys think is the future of the Eagles at quarterback? Is it Hurts or is it Wentz?
You can't even trade Carson Wentz, bro. You can't even trade him.
Exactly. He's got a horrible contract.
Somebody give him a chance. Carson Wentz is done. Ryan Fitzpatrick Jr., bro. He'll be a journeyman.
36 months ago, Carson was going to win MVP before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Vince Young was going to win MVP also.
Hey, he's not lying. That's the crazy part. He's not lying.
RG3 was pretty cold also.
Hey, Nick, y'all can do the rest of the jump without me.
I mean, I'm just going to keep it a stack, though. I'd love to say Carson Wentz is done, but for the Eagles,
I think I seen him working at Nike today, bro.
But I think that's smart. I think it's good to say it's likely that Carson Wentz's career is over as an Eagle. But
26 at 26.
No, I'm saying as an Eagle.
So they're basically y'all are thinking that. Because
no, I said, but can I get to my butt first? But his contract is going to make it to where the Eagles have to do everything they can to make it work. $36 million cap hit, even if he's not on the team next year. That's just dead cap space.
$36 million.
So, wow. I mean, like, they have to try to find a way to make it work. But if they don't, Carson Wentz will likely just be an expensive backup. And that's definitely what you don't want on a team that has a lot of holes that it needs to fill all over the offensive line and especially the defense. So I just think it's a tough situation, but I feel like the Eagles are going to try to make it work with Carson Wentz. I highly doubt they find a trade partner. So,
statement. I'm just because, first of all, that's way too much money for one person. I'm sorry, $30 million. So I'm just looking at 30 things you can do with $30 million because of taxes. After 36, he'll only take home a paltry 30.
Yeah.
So, you can buy the moon for $30 million. I didn't know that was an option that you could do.
Well, you can buy the moon with $30 million, but instead you're giving that to the worst quarterback in the NFC East. Sheesh, that's heavy.
The point is being, $30 million is an exuberant amount of money, like Nick said, actually pretty nicely, to give it to the 4th best quarterback in the worst division in football. So, definitely, hey, you hate to see it. Life comes at you fast. Philadelphia got the Sixers. They'll be all right.
All right. So, another NFL storyline from this week, the Sunday night football game in which the Steelers suffered their second loss in a row, this time to the Bills, 26-15. With this loss, they fall out of place out of first place in the AFC. And I just got to ask you guys, is this a slippery slope for the Steelers after they've dropped 2 games in a row?
Them boys are pretenders.
Mm.
Pretenders for sure, bro.
Wow.
Why you
I'ma
say
let
that?
Boy, it got cold. They can't catch now. It got cold. They can't catch.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson had, 2-3 drops in the first quarter, got benched?
Yeah. Deontay Johnson's trash, bro. He can do everything but catch. He should be a DB, bro. I wonder how he would fare a DB.
Yeah, because Van's is saying something really dumb. What's going on December 25th? Why does it keep popping up on my Twitter timeline?
Black people get superpowers.
What?
Like 3 planets.
What?
Maybe Deontay Johnson will unlock his hands, bro, because he's gonna need
That was good. Hey, this man is
the Steelers, bro. They defense is getting injured. Deeper in the season, they slowing down a little bit. They'll be able to keep the Steelers in the game, but it's getting cold. But Ben Roethlisberger, he got one of the stronger arms in the NFL. It's gonna be hard to catch them fastballs.
Hey, brother. Hey, I gotta stop this real quick. Hey, Vance, wipe right here, bro. The hateration is on your cheeks, bro. Come on now, you can't say it.
No.
They last week they lose to Washington. Washington football team. They have the best. They have one of the best defensive players in the NFL already in Chase Young. One of the best defenses already. So that, like we said, like that's a bad matchup. Chalk it up, whatever. This week they played the Bills. They are 8-3. They were the best secondary before DeAndre Hopkins kind of just put y'all in y'all place a little bit. But they got their swagger back. Josh Allen is an MVP candidate. So at least this time
Bro, stop saying that. No, he's not, bro.
No, he is.
Hey, man, don't want to hear none of that.
He don't, but he is.
Bro.
But I don't even want to talk about Josh Allen right now. I want to talk to Josh Crawford. It's time for you to stop believing in the Steelers, bro. They're done. They're washed.
Bro, first of all, hold on.
They're done.
After 2 games?
They started out 10-0. Yes, they started out 10-0. But in those first 10 games, they only played 3 playoff teams. Only 3. Their past 3 games.
Doesn't include the Ravens because the Ravens aren't in the playoffs.
I included the Ravens in the 3 because they're tied for that 7 spot right now.
One playoff game technically.
Well, yeah, they're behind the Dolphins, but they're both 8-5. But anyway, in their last 3 games, they played 3 playoff teams, and they're 1-2. And so check this out: weeks 1 through 11, the Steelers were 10-0, averaging 29.8 points per game, 102.2 rush yards per game, 101.1 passer rating, and a 69.4 red zone touchdown percentage. Great numbers, but they weren't playing nobody. So you come back weeks 12 through 14. Like I said, they played 3 playoff teams in that week span. They're 1-2, 17 points per game, 45.3 rush yards per game, 77.7 passer rating, and a 44.4 red zone touchdown percentage. And as you can see, the Steelers' offense is continuing to get worse and worse. Over their past ever since week 8, the Steelers' offense has decreased in points and yards in every single game. Let that sink in, bro. Points and yards every single game.
You talking about these 3 games, you mean?
No, I'm saying since week 8.
Oh, so what? Oh, so 5 with this week. Oh, it's going to be week 16.
Yeah, so what, 6 games in a row?
6, yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, bro, like I said, all of these offensive problems, they showed up versus the Bills. The offense went 1 for 10 on 3rd down in the game, and they didn't have a 3rd down longer than 9 yards. It's unacceptable. You can't win games like that. They've scored 0 offensive points in the first quarter in 4 straight games, and they still can't run the ball. Only had 47 rush yards versus the Bills, which was good for 2.7 yards per carry. Garbage. Got James Conner back. Garbage. I just don't understand what you're seeing with this team, bro. They're not good. They're just not good. They cracked the code on the Steelers, bro.
They have 7 games in a row.
7
games in a row with a sack. Tyson Alu. I just don't. I mean, personally, I see a lot of drop passes. That's all I see.
I mean, that's cool. Drop pass is cool, but this is still an offense that can't run the ball, can't convert on.
Didn't run it last night very well. I don't think they can run the ball. Didn't run it effectively last night.
They haven't run the ball effectively these past 3 weeks. Like I said, 45.3 rush yards per game their past 3 games. That's not going to get the job done versus any team in the NFL. And if you think
I definitely think they need to diversify their attack. I just don't like. I think honestly, with these not bad balls, these bad drops that Deontay Johnson and Eric Ebron are having, and I don't know. I guess people are started to take pass catchers for granted in the NFL. Marquise Brown definitely dropped 3 yesterday.
Yeah, he did
3, and he's still a starter, but whatever.
I'm gonna speak from a receiver standpoint, bro. Catching the ball is just like shooting a jump shot, bro. Sometimes you just go in a slump. I'm not gonna lie. It just happens. You don't know what happens, but you just go in a slump. You see one drop, and then it's like, oh man, I gotta make sure I catch the next one. You overthink it. You drop the next one still. It happens. I understand. I'm a receiver. You know, I play offense. Y'all just, you know, they put the no skill guys on defense. They just tell y'all to
offensive side of the ball. I don't know how much play applies to you.
For sure.
I understand what you're saying though. Like I think you made a very valid point. But I think that defenses are starting to scheme towards, you know, loading the box, having these receivers in man-to-man, simply because they're saying, oh, I don't think I've actually seen Claypool manned up, but Deontay Johnson, Eric Ebron, and the other one that I like, Ray McLeod, or one of them other slots they got.
Yeah.
You know, teams are more willing to be like, I can go cover 0 or cover 1 with a deep high safety and guard all these guys, because guess what? Even I let them catch it. Even if they're open, what are they gonna do? Drop it.
Yeah. Well, you can say that, but that's what the Bills did Sunday night. Not only did they go man to man, they went press man.
They did.
Really jammed up those receivers, made it hard for them to get off the line. And it just shows you another problem that they have. They don't have a true number 1 receiver, in my opinion. They don't have that guy. And it shows. And it also shows that their inability to run the ball is affecting their passing game. You think about the pick 6 that Big Ben threw, safeties are walked down, press coverage. They're not scared of, you know, anybody taking the top off. The longest pass play of the night was only 20 yards. So why not –
who was that Levi Wallace caught that pick on? I think that receiver did a horrible job of fighting for the ball.
That was it was either James Washington or Claypool.
Because he threw it up.
Yeah. And
I was like, I mean,
it was an ugly spot. I'm sorry.
I mean, I definitely don't think it was the best ball, but I remember seeing Levi Wallace jump and the other guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, somebody tried a little harder than the other.
But still, that's 2 picks in the game for Ben Roethlisberger, where he threw 37 passes.
I just don't think that, you know, I'm a little bit more, you know, I guess I'm a defensive guy. I'm a little bit more slower to react when I see offensive struggles, because I feel like, for the most part, not to disrespect your side of the ball, but offensive struggles are more easily but correctable, or can be fixed easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, personnel, scheme, you know, play call. But if there's a defensive issue, it's essentially a consistent one. It's more fundamental. You're not gonna be able to become a better tackling team. You're not gonna be able to start playing cover 0 and cover 1.
Yeah.
Like the Bills or the Ravens, because you don't have those corners or those DBs to do it. So I definitely understand what you're saying. It's definitely concerning that I guess you explained it a bit. I don't know why they went from the best, not the best, but one of the most dynamic receiving groups to now seem to be a minus. Very quickly too. But I'm not gonna throw away the first 10 weeks of the season. Is what it seems that y'all are willing to do.
Yeah. So to close this segment out, I gotta ask you guys. You know, the Steelers are still number 2 in the AFC. You know, playoff race. So is this a team that can win in the playoffs? And if they are, how deep do you see the Steelers going?
First round exit.
Heavy. What about you, Josh?
I don't think they're losing to the Super Bowl, honestly. Defense wins championships, man.
Super.
Because they would definitely get a
defense with no Bud Dupree?
No.
That was good, man.
Only the 1 seed gets the bye.
He tore his ACL, so he's not coming back.
Yeah. And only, like Van said, only the 1 seed gets the bye this year.
And they wouldn't be the 1 seed, huh? Ooh.
Nope.
Dang, I like doing a podcast with y'all. Y'all make me think.
You don't have to play Ravens first. They gonna have to play Ravens.
Are you serious?
The Ravens or the Dolphins,
that's a wonderful first-round playoff game, too. Is that because of the added seed, or is that what it's been happening?
It's because of the add-in.
It's because of that added seed.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean,
they not going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh already beat Baltimore before Lamar Jackson happened. They just like all I do is catch the ball, man. I know it seems to be kind of like
it's cold.
I know you don't want to hear it, but all they gotta do is start catching the ball.
No, they also got to start running the ball. Like I said,
they weren't doing that before though. So like,
yeah, I mean, like I said before these 3 losses, they're averaging over 100 rush yards per game. They're down to 45.3.
I think Ray McLeod was really bring up because he's already did it at special teams. Young, exciting. I said it like he's a rapper or something. Guy from Miami. I think James Washington actually does bring a little speed element. Claypool runs a sub 4.4, I think, too. But Raymond McLeod is definitely that. He's going to be that offensive Tyreek Hill. And especially with how they've been struggling the past 3 weeks, then they're going to need something. They're going to need they're going to need they're going to need something to.
You just compared Ray McLeod, an undrafted free agent who bounced around the
league
for 2 years, to Tyreek Hill.
Their version.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let that slide. That's the worst take I've ever heard in my life. I'm sorry.
I said it has to be.
The best receiver in the
compared to. That's so disrespectful. Hey, you gotta handwrite Tyreek Hill an apology for that. I'm sorry.
Man, Tyreek Hill a grown man just like me, not getting no handwritten nothing. He is 5'5". And last time I seen Tyreek, he got snatched on by a high schooler. I hear it. So Tyreek Hill can kiss my ass.
We just covered, one AFC North team and the Steelers. So now we got to talk about a big divisional game between the Ravens and Browns on Monday night. And I think it was one of the better games I've seen all year. So what do you guys think about this game? What you got to say, Vance?
I'm about to say, brother, you on mute, brother. Hello. Terry Crews.
My bad. Oh, I had to take a bathroom break just like Lamar just did, bro.
Bro, he was not taking a bathroom break, bro. I'm sorry.
That man definitely pulled up Paul Pierce. That's definitely
no, bro. You can tell by the way he was running, he was cramping.
You can tell he was that was the.
He was running straight.
It's coming out. I gotta get it before it comes all the way out. That's exactly what that was. That was the BGs already came in. I got the first sign of leakage, and I got to go to the joint. Like, this is a cold red, a cold purple for them, I guess.
I said a cold purple. No, bro. We are athletes, bro. We know
yes,
that.
We are.
I'm saying we know that when you're running, a certain way, it can, get that cramp started back up. He running straight leg, trying to stop it from cramping. At least
did you see him juke the equipment kid, bro, at the door?
Nah.
He jumped out, bro. So he was trying to get to the bathroom. He would have been just stopped if he was cramping.
Yeah, I'm saying he was a real athletic for somebody that was cramping, huh? Thank you, Vance.
I just don't think he had the number 2 like that, bro. But y'all got it.
Excuse me.
What's up, Josh?
I mean, he might have been cramping, but
a moment of unaltered honesty. All 3 of us are athletes, like Nick has said. This is gonna get a little vulgar, but not vulgar, a little nasty, but I really don't care. All of us have worn tights in a game before, correct?
Yeah.
All of us have worn white tights in a game before, correct?
Yeah.
Have you ever worn your white tights and they were the exact same color after your event? Lie and tell me you.
Nah.
Thank you, Vance. Thank you, Nick. So both of y'all know what's going on. Y'all know because y'all are men and you understand what happens on a football field. Any extended event. A football game is how long? 3.5, 4 hours? You have to use the restroom in that time period usually anyway.
Whoa. Mine be more like
I'm dehydrated after games, bro. After games, I have headaches, bro.
What are you talking about?
Definitely dehydrated.
I just said the length, brother. I feel what you're saying. I just said the length of a football game. What, 4 hours?
Yeah.
You will use the restroom, about 2 to 3 times during that time period? If you was to have a regular day, right? Hey, there's nothing wrong. I mean, I feel like he wouldn't want to admit it. But
I ain't never did nothing in my y'all crazy.
Brother, you already said you've had worn white tights and they weren't the same color after you.
Yeah, but like they were like,
Don't, brother. Hey,
it wasn't nothing like that because y'all kind of crazy, boy. Y'all crazy.
What? Okay, so what was it then? I'm saying thank you.
It's just regular dirt, bro. It ain't like
regular dirt.
Sweat and dirt. Yes.
From your cheeks, bro. From your cheeks. You were sweating on your cheeks.
Yes.
Your cheeks was like, dang, bro. I'm hot down here.
Be for real, bro. Y'all ass don't sweat.
Like ass, actual ass?
Yes.
No. Like,
Yeah, you
does my
different, bro.
butt form sweat?
Yes. So
Does
when
your
you,
butt form sweat?
yes, after a game, you take after a practice,
That is.
take your pants off, your compression.
That's not booty sweat, though, is it? That's like a lot of other sweat.
Well, it might be.
Produced from the booty.
You know what?
Yeah, you done got yourself in trouble with me. I don't know what.
No, I was just saying, but we're getting too in depth about some weird
booty sweat. The point is, you're right. The point is, there's nothing wrong with what happened to Lamar.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
I think he kind of played us by saying he was cramping. Obviously, he had the ability to juke out the little equipment guy. He wasn't cramping that bad.
Yeah.
You know, we all seen the walk have probably performed there where we had some leakage going on. You know, there's no problem with that. He came back like Paul Pierce, goated. He didn't even do the wheelchair. You know, what cramp? What extensive cramp that caused him to leave the game in the fourth quarter? And then he was able to
stretch in the fourth quarter where the Browns scored 14 points and took the lead.
So
he had to go to the locker room, bro. He had to go to the locker room for cramps.
He wasn't on the field. He wasn't on the field. You can stretch out on the field.
Locker room for cramps, bro. Come on, bro. I ain't never heard of that.
All right.
Hey, we out here like, Vance know what's going on. Hey, dump that thing real quick, Vance. I'm lobbing up to you. Go ahead and slam it down, bro. Come on now.
Talking about Lamar and his cramps, we're going to talk about the heroics he pulled coming back from those cramps. He comes back 4th and 5 after Trace McSorley gets injured, the backup. Comes back, rolls to the right, throws a touchdown to Hollywood Brown. Browns come back, tie the game. He leads a game-winning drive to set up a Justin Tucker field goal for the win. So I would say that might be the greatest comeback performance I've ever seen after an injury. So what did you guys see?
Hold on, bro. You're not going to keep calling me bad take King. You giving this man the best performance ever after he came back from a boo-boo. We're not going to do that.
I mean, it's him or Paul.
Willis Reed done came back from torn ligaments. People that came back.
Well, I'm saying in the same game. I'm saying in the same game.
This man
no. I'm saying in the same game. Like, it's really either him or Paul Pierce. So
somebody else did something. He said him and Paul Pierce.
Y'all got Isaiah Thomas messed up, bro. He dropped 40 after spraining his ankle in the first quarter.
Yeah.
He dropped 40 in one quarter?
Yeah.
What was this?
No, not in one quarter.
I'm about to say, boy, Isaiah Thomas.
No, he sprained. This is back in, no, not midget Isaiah Thomas, Pistons Isaiah Thomas, bro. The Jordan hater Isaiah Thomas.
He had 25 in a quarter.
Fun fact, real quick, bro. This was the first game ever in the modern era where there was 9 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Hey, they out there with them leather helmets running that I formation.
Yeah. So, talking about that, 9 rushing touchdowns. This game moves the Ravens to 8-5, like I said earlier. Ties them with the Dolphins for the last wild card spot in the AFC. Knocks the Browns down to 9-4. They're still in the wild card race too. And now the Ravens have the tiebreaker over the Browns as they've swept the season series with them. So, how do y'all see the end of the season playing out for the Ravens and the Browns? Who ends up in the playoffs? Who doesn't? And who's the better suited team to win in the playoffs?
So looking at these schedules real quick, the Browns, I think they go 2-1 in their last 3 games. They got 2 easy games. They still got the Jets left. I'm sorry, Josh. They should be Giants. Browns over the Giants. Browns over the Jets. Then they play the Steelers. Give me Browns over Steelers, bro. It's a toss.
Bro, man,
so I'm gonna go 3-0 for the Browns. So therefore, they keep their status.
Yeah.
The Ravens, I think they go 3-0 also. They play the Jaguars, dub, Giants, dub, and the Bengals to finish out the season. So I think they go 3-0 also. And
they both go 3-0.
They got to play the Patriots, toss up, Raiders, toss up, Bills, toss up. They not gonna go 3-0. So the Dolphins, the odds down.
Yeah, and so with that, Vance, we kind of predicting Browns, Ravens get those two of those three wild card spots. So which team do you guys think is best suited for a deep playoff run, the Ravens or the Browns?
Depends on what Baker Mayfield. Well, it really doesn't.
The Browns have a better defense. The Ravens have a better secondary, though, because San Diego might be the worst safety in the NFL right now.
All right, so Josh, tell me who you think is the better suited team for the playoffs, the Browns or the Ravens?
The Ravens obviously made it to the AFC Championship game last year. The Browns have been the laughingstock of the league for almost a quarter of a century now. Give me the Ravens, man.
As always, another week of NFL action, another week of game balls. I'm going to start it out. My game ball goes to Stephon Diggs, 10 catches, 130 yards, a touchdown, and a big win versus the Steelers on Sunday night. He was able to take advantage of that Steelers secondary. He's becoming one of Josh Allen's favorite targets. And, he's just the spark that Bills offense needed. You see the improvement Josh Allen has had from year 2 to year 3, and I think Stephon Diggs is a big factor in that improvement. So who you guys got for y'all's game balls this week?
Well, I'm going to give it to the dude with the 5 sacks. Hassan Reddick, actually terrorized Memphis a couple of years at Temple, off the edge before he went to the NFL. 11th pick overall, pretty high for a Temple edge rusher. Highway speed guy, typical disruptive edge. Not actually, because he actually played outside linebacker more than pure edge rusher at Temple. Off the ball guy, but quick as a hiccup still. 5 sacks. And it's crazy because you hear 5 sacks and be like, oh, he must have been killing, or he must have been, Actually, not to say that somebody with 5 sacks ever really disappointed, but it just kind of, he got one off of Daniel Jones apparently patting the ball too long, kind of bull rushed his man into one. He did execute a beautiful arm over, but that's the thing about it. That's the thing. This is really why I want to give them the game ball. He did this, and he's not even a pure pass rusher yet. He's winning with pure athleticism. I'm not gonna say y'all gonna kill me, and I really don't care. But
Go on and let it ride.
No, bro, I'm good. He's winning off pure athleticism and no skill. He's literally like in the NFL. This is not college. He's not at Temple. He's literally doing this to offensive literally like you're saying, Andrew Thomas, third best tackle in the NFL right now, according to PFF. 2 sacks. And that's the thing. One on over, that's going to be on D-line vids. But then the other one, he just kind of, I'm going to run around you a little faster. I'm going to redirect. I'm going to play basketball with you. 5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and he's not even a pass rusher yet. He's not even a true pass rusher yet.
So Vance going to close it out with your game ball.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the man with the plan. He
nobody cares.
468 yards away from 2,000 yards. 468 yards away from 1,000 rushing on the season with 3 games left. Derrick Henry, last week he had 26 carries, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. That just dominant, bro. Like, you're going to have to stack the box, and he still gets his yards that he wants. He's going to get what he wants. And, bro, if he gets to 2,000, bro, I don't see how you can't give him the MVP, bro. I really don't.
Yeah. Most dominant back in the league, hands down. To wrap this week's episode up, we got our slate of NFL pick'em games. So we're going to start it out right now. Chiefs at Saints. Drew Brees' questionable return for the Saints this week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to play with Saints, bro. I mean the Chiefs, bro. It's late. I meant the Chiefs, of course.
I'm about to say, it is late, Chiefs.
Yeah, I think there's a clean sweep because I'm taking the Chiefs in this one too. Next game, we got Bears at Vikings. I'm going to start this one out. Mr. Trubisky looked good last week, throwing for over 200 yards, 3 tutties. Give me the Bears.
Bears, Vikings. Mr. Trubisky has looked slightly non-incompetent. Give me the Vikings, man. I think Kirk Cousins actually had a good game, too. Give me the Bears. Give me the purple team. I don't care.
The Vikings, yeah, bro. Give me the Vikings. I'm going to bet against Jettis and Thielen, the giddy Rose. So, yeah, the gritty Rose, bro.
That boy Jettis got a gritty. It's
Right. Have you not seen his progress, bro?
I haven't seen his progress.
From week 1 compared to last week, he can actually gritty, bro.
So he been in the lab.
Yeah,
Let me find out they out here repping gritty reps like Jug Machine.
Hey, that'd be kind of hard.
That would be. Let me find out they out there. All right, Adam, you got 50 gritties before you can leave the field, bro. Let me find out that's what's happening out there. Just manage, man. Nah, brother, you got to hit it with the two. You like really talking to them because you know how them boot boys be. Like they not.
Hey, what do they put out the ladder? It's like, look,
the gritty ladder. How would that look? Because you got to hit the 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2.
I mean, it's a good footwork drill, to be honest, bro.
yeah,
really is,
I've been practicing in the mirror.
Me too.
Y'all are lame. In the mirror,
Bro, if I was still playing, bro, best believe that would be my sack dance, bro.
y'all are lame. And then the Knicks said like he's not even playing no more. Oh,
Is that not your sack dance for next season, bro?
the
He
gritty.
probably gonna hit the shoot or something.
This man said like that was 2017 loss. Man,
You give me Sean Merriman, lights out eyes, bro.
that's
the vibe I get.
I am a yeller though. I don't know. I mean, I probably will. Hopefully, I have enough. I can pull it out one time. It ain't gonna be nothing. I've never been a sack celebration guy. Like I don't plan mine out. That seems kind of dumb to me. Like that.
I ain't gonna get a sack.
I gotta get you mic'd up.
Oh wow.
We gotta get Josh.
So all 75 people at our game, besides the Jack State one, gonna be all y'all be quiet. The crowd gonna be like, we're already quiet, bro. It's okay. We're not making that much noise. We're not disturbing the flow.
Last game of this week's pick 'em. Seahawks at Washington football team. Who y'all got?
Considering they just beat the Steelers and the Seahawks just lost.
No, they come off they definitely just beat the absolute living life out of y'all on Sunday.
Oh, that don't even count, bro. That like for real. Like that doesn't even hold weight. Like they didn't
What
even
did the
lose
three?
before us.
No,
Didn't they lose before us?
Yeah, they lost to the Giants before y'all. But check this out, Josh.
Bro, like we're a JV team. Bro.
Josh,
like,
listen. Y'all flew across the country from New York
Hey,
to Seattle
I am not on the team.
to lose 40-3.
I am not on the
How does that make you feel as a fan?
I play for Prairie View. I am a podcaster.
Then they had to fly back to New York after losing 40-3.
That's sad though. But think about it. They're like out there getting embarrassed in front of national TV. But guess what? They get to go home. I still play in the NFL. I still live in New York City. I think they're winning. I think they are winning. But that is kind of embarrassing. More than kind of. Really embarrassing.
So
like, what if you was at your job all day, then just like you just sucked and you just kept sucking at your job, and they was like, "Yeah, bro, you know, we're gonna keep give you the same responsibilities, even though you suck at it. You know, you'll get it eventually."
So, who wins this game, Josh? Seahawks, Washington football team.
The classic case of defense versus offense.
I want to pick Washington so bad.
You said you want to pick
Washington, bro. I really do. I think that D line is gonna get to him.
See, I was about to say it was a bad team, but I was about to make it, so I can't say it was. You have a good reason.
Yeah, they're gonna. Russell Wilson's gonna throw 3 picks. Give me Washington by a field goal.
Josh?
I already went.
Oh, you taking Washington too?
No, I said Seattle.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, I said bounce back game.
Oh, my bad. As much as I want to, give credit to the Washington football team, we've seen the Seahawks lose to similarly constructed teams. You lost to the Rams, things like that. I still think the Seahawks will win this game, man. Let Russ cook. I'm going to keep it that simple. And so, with that, that's episode 32 in the books for us, y'all. Magic episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.
What's magic about this one?
Magic. Yeah, he wanted.
I was like, what's magic about this?
Nothing.
Anybody that's wondering, because that's a very big TV that Nick has in the background. The last time I was at Nick's house, the last time I was invited, he didn't invite me again after this castration. I just kind of did that boy really dirty on the matting. So just know that anybody out there that wants Nick Hayes to do a job or wants to see him for, professional opportunity, just know that he's a sore loser. He's non-committal. He is unable to finish tasks that he starts, and he's a quitter. So if he starts your job, he's going to quit if he gets frustrated. If the person keeps running third down out routes, he's going to quit. So anybody that has, any respectable opinion of Nick, lose it immediately. Like all those people at White Station and all 12 of the people at Millsap that elected him all these damn clubs that he's on, and I gotta write his damn bio out like a slave. Take him off all them. Take him off all the clubs. Take him off all that. He's a horrible person. I would recommend him for nothing.
For sure. Appreciate that letter of recommendation.
I got you, fool. He's my boy.
For sure. And so hopefully, all the listeners give us a nice letter of recommendation. Hope they enjoyed this episode. And make sure y'all stay tuned because we're coming back to y'all with another episode. And of course, we out of here.
Wear your mask. Stay black.